So just talking about the spacing that you bring, obviously as a shooter that can and how important is it over this relationship inject you or money this kind of just
So it's big, you know. I mean, when you got shooters on the floor, naturally the defense gravitates toward them. They don't want to give up threes. They'd rather give up twos and threes. So it opens up the paint a little bit. And we got, you know, great athletes that can get in the paint and finish, you know, C. Wood and KPJ. I mean, those guys and EG, they can get in the paint whenever they want. So when they got, you know, me and Armani out there, it just makes it that much easier.
you take a go ahead. And also even without the ball, I think on the inbounds play, we're able to cut the basket. He's not another angle to being just a dangerous shooter that has the defensive advantage too.
Yeah, guys are gonna trail me the majority of the time. I mean, if they go under, you know, that's just usually a step behind three. So usually, you know, if you curl, it's tough, especially when, you know, we got guys that can shoot that are on the floor. It makes the big man or whoever setting the screen not being able to help. So when guys are trailing me, you know, it sometimes open up the layup or whatever it is.
There hasn't been a lot of time with that lineup. Eric as a point and Alfie in with Christian Wood. Are you guys accustomed to what you need to do, where you need to be in that kind of lineup, or is that a work in progress?
I'd say it's a work in progress. I mean, obviously, it's unfortunate KPJ goes down with an injury, and you know we're fortunate to have him out there when we do. But you know, it's just a work in progress for me. I know what my role is. You know, I know I sprint to the corner, I space for guys, I try to hit shots when they come. You know, because my shots don't come off me. You know, obviously I got to be in the right spots. My shots come from somebody setting a great screen, somebody rolling, somebody's throwing a great pass. I mean, it's all about my teammates. They're the ones who set that up. You know, it has nothing to do with me. I got to be in the right spots. But when you got teammates that trust you enough and they roll and they do their job, it opens up things for me as well.
Missed, I think, your first 6 3-point attempts until that one that ended up being the 4-point play. Just how big was getting that to kind of sparking your momentum?
Well, I told Jay Sean it was him that got me going. And he told me early on they were playing pretty tough D on me. You know, they were face guarding me or getting close to me, whatever. And he told me, he said, it's going to come. They're going to lighten up at some point. And, he got me going. Credit to him. I love playing with Jay Sean. He's a great player, plays hard, does the right things, plays the right way. So I credit him to getting me going.
I watched you on a couple of times before the games, and it seems like you want whoever you're working out with, you want them to have that hand in your face, or you want them to play close up on you when you take the shots. Is that something that you get used to, taking those contested shots like that?
I think if you watch film on me, there's not many open shots that I take. So, I think it's important for me to practice game-like shots with contests. Sometimes I'll have open shots, but for the majority of the time, there's going to be a hand in my face. So I think it's important for me to practice what I'm going to be doing in the game.
Did you tell Steven to challenge that call, or was he already challenging it before you got up?
I think he was already challenging it. I was on the ground hurting, so I didn't get up in time to tell him to.
Can you talk about your confidence as a shooter? The night started off kind of slow, but as the game went on, you started to find your rhythm.
Yeah, well, like I said, it has nothing to do with me. All the reason for my teammates for getting me going. They kept telling me to shoot. Coach told me to keep shooting the ball. And so when you got your teammates telling you that and your coach telling you that, it gives you all the confidence in the world to, just continue to shoot.
It looked like you were joking around quite a bit with Robin Lopez and Will Wagner. What's that like to play well the way that you did in big spots with some of your old teammates watching?
It's fun. I love those guys. I loved playing with them in Washington. They're great players. They're great guys, good friends of mine. And we keep up, we still talk. So it's, I'm glad that we were on the winning side and I was able to rub that in a little bit to them. But, they're great players and great friends of mine.
Garrison, there was a play where you were bringing the ball up, and LP kind of motioned you to toss it into C. Wood and set kind of a flare screen to open you up right at the top of the key. Can you talk about just that sequence and the recognition by LP to get you that wide open?
Yeah, he's a super smart player. Knows how to play. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten that shot if it wasn't for him, and then C. Wood making that pass. I was just going to pass in space, but the way Alpi set that up, it was like I said, the majority of my shots ain't coming from me; they're coming from my teammates. So it was just a really smart play on him, and then C. Wood recognizing that and hitting me while I was open.
Hey Garrison, congratulations on the win. For you personally, to be around teammates like Eric Gordon, Christian Wood, Kevin Porter, how beneficial for your game is?
How beneficial what?
how beneficial for your game is to have teammates like Christian Wood, Eric Gordon, Kevin Porter Jr.?
I mean, it's super beneficial. I mean, those are great players. You know, we played them last year when I was in Washington, and you know, they're tough players. You know, I'm thankful that I get to play with them and that they have the trust in me to take shots. You know I don't take the best shots every now and then. You know, but they trust me to take them. And like I said, man, when they get going downhill, the defense has to help, or Seawood's getting a dunk. So that just opens up things for me on the backside. And EG does a great job of skipping it across the court to me.